What is going on, YouTube people? Today, a little chat about just kind of current market stuff going on. Focus on Prismatic Evolutions, and then we'll kind of pop in and look at what some booster boxes have been doing over the last 2 weeks over on the market mover side of things. First, I want to preface this with I'm recording this Saturday afternoon. Earlier today, I was at like a 6 to 700 table card show down in Southwest Pennsylvania, Washington, PA. It's in a old mall. It's still kind of active. There's like 3 stores open, but anyway, they basically take over this entire mall. It's huge, absolutely huge. Tables everywhere. Large Pokemon presence. They actually had one room, like one old store, completely dedicated to Pokemon vendors, and then there was a lot of Pokemon vendors mixed in. Tables were slammed. All the tables were slammed, not just Pokemon. Everything was busy. But one of the things that I noticed was, and what kind of reason I wanted to kind of go back and look at Prismatic again, decent amount of ETBs there. And pricing was a little all over the place. I saw anywhere from 120 on the sticker down to 90. And the 90 surprised me a little bit. And I was there, most of the day on Saturday, morning and early afternoon. And it's a 3-day show. The show was open all day yesterday too. And I saw ETBs, Prismatic, stickered at 90, sitting on tables. And like I said, tons of transactions were going on at this show. Money was flowing. People were buying sports, non-sports, Pokemon. It was jammed. And I just found it interesting that Prismatic was right there. Anyone could have walked up and bought it for $90. On the secondary market, there's still TCG Player has them basically right at 100. There's actually been a couple sales under 100, like in the high 90s. eBay's been trending about $5 to $10 lower. There's been a few more that have flirted under $100 over on eBay. So there's still buyers around 100, but just people aren't FOMOing quite as hard right now. They got their fix. They ripped some product, and we're still seeing good restocks come in retail. Now, you all might not be seeing them when you walk into Target, the shelf is wiped out, but someone is buying all that stuff up and throwing it on eBay or TCG Player or wherever, taking it to shows, and it's slowly getting gobbled up there. But the oncoming, continued supply coming to market has really slowed the growth of, the prices going to the moon. Single prices are slowly creeping down, which is to be expected. That's not super surprising there. And now we got our next wave of ancillary products coming with surprise boxes, which I'm very intrigued by the surprise boxes of Prismatic Evolution stuff that I would like to chase. I'm going to be paying very close attention to surprise boxes. I think it's 4 packs, and then you get the promo card. I already have a sealed case that I ordered a while ago that I paid up for. I paid like $60 surprise box for those. We'll talk more about surprise boxes in a minute. But Prismatic is definitely stalling out as more and more supply continues to hit. You can see the massive downward trend over the last month here on this. And as we've been talking, over the last couple of weeks on this channel, it's not super surprising. That stuff has got to flush through the system. And the big one is going to be booster bundles. The booster bundles are going to put a lot of packs onto the market. We'll talk more about those in a second as well, and how that impacts things. And then when do we actually get the reprint of ETBs? Right now, my Prismatic Evolution, stash is 4 ETBs that I got on Target, during online pre-sales in the lead up. So I paid like $55, $60. I don't know. I have a opened case of binder collections. Not thrilled about that, by the way. Side rant. I ordered a sealed case of binder collections on eBay, and the seller sent it to me, and it was sealed, but the stop tape was cut and it was sealed with packing tape. I messaged them and I was like, this is not what the listing said that it was. And he said he had opened it to confirm the contents. Ended up kicking me back like $25 on a refund for my troubles, but I was not thrilled about it because I would not have bought it, but I didn't want to go through the hassle of the return. So I have 6 binder collections, chilling, and then I have a case. I'm assuming it hasn't shipped yet. Hopefully I get it. A case of surprise boxes coming, but I'm not going to pay the current secondary market prices for prismatic ETBs. If that causes me to miss out, then I miss out. But I think prices are going to slowly continue to creep down for a little bit. I think they might actually start to creep back up again, but whatever they creep back up to, we've already seen market resistance above $100 in these early days. What's going to happen if they do drop a massive reprint on us? And I get it. A lot of people say, oh, wait for the reprint. And a lot of times you end up getting burned doing that. But in this inflated market with Prismatic, Journey Together, Surging Sparks, all going to the moon, and really everything else going crazy in price, I am being much more picky with how I deploy money into the market, and I am willing to be more patient than I normally would be. And if that causes me to miss out on something, then I miss out, and that's perfectly okay. So I got a couple other little things here. Pokemon Center ETBs are still holding strong at the 250 range. They really haven't gone up a ton. They really haven't gone down a ton. Decent sales volume, not a ton, but remember, you also don't have a lot. There's no more of these coming to market, at least in the short to medium term. I still expect Pokemon Center to drop a rather large supply onto the market of Pokemon Center ETBs at some point in time. We never got the on sale on release day drop like they normally do. I'd be shocked if that still does not come. And I think there'll be a potential buying opportunity there. They'll probably slowly creep up, but 250 is pricey for these. On the binder collections, those have been slowly trending down as well. They've been sitting around the $60 mark. They were closer to $70 at one point in time. I kind of like these for the long term. I think like 151 binder collections are like $100 or something crazy like that. So like I said, I picked up 6 of these at a little under market value. I think I'm into them for like 55, 50 a piece, but I don't love it. Let's talk about surprise boxes and booster bundles. Do not FOMO into this nonsense. These are going for $100 on TCG Player. Booster bundles are going for, people are buying these at $100. That is wild. I do not understand. One, this stuff's way cheaper on eBay. Just go over to eBay. Booster bundles are sitting around for $65, $70. I'm not, sorry, not booster bundles, but surprise boxes are sitting around for $65, $70 over on eBay, readily available. Same with booster bundles. You could get those way cheaper as well. And guess what's going to happen? You know, this is a classic TCG Player thing, and you know, I discussed this in a previous video. The supply is artificially constrained because only certain sellers can sell pre-ordered product, so you're not actually getting a true representation of what's going on. And you know, just let's go back to regular ETBs and just back this up 3 months. You see the same thing. Look at, you know, sales volume wasn't great. The price kept crawling up because shops were selling through their pre-order allotments. And then what happened on release day? All this inventory got dumped onto the market and it was a race to the bottom. I expect the same thing to happen with both these products. I would not come anywhere close to buying this nonsense at these prices. Just don't do it. Stay away. Wait on these two. Wait for them to actually release and see how much comes out. I love booster bundles on specialty sets. I could be completely wrong. I have strong feelings about the surprise boxes. I'm waiting. I am not going to pay these increased crazy prices in this pre-release period. I'll wait to release and see what happens. And then we'll see what ends up getting reprinted. You know, are they going to reprint something like the surprise boxes over and over again when they could just crap out booster bundles left, right, and center a lot easier, a lot cheaper, and without having to deal with all the ancillary stuff that goes with them. I don't know. We'll see. Let's take a quick rundown of booster boxes, kind of like we've been doing occasionally. This is over the last 2 weeks. I'm using Market Movers for this. I get a lot of questions about what app is that you're using or what website is that. It's Market Movers. The link is in the description of the video down below. You can get a free 2-week trial, or there is a code that you can get 20% off for life. I am in the price movements page on the sealed market side of things. They also track singles. It does not pull TCG player data, but it pretty much pulls data from everywhere else. And it pulls eBay, Golden, Heritage, like all the auction houses. Over the last 2 weeks for Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, this is kind of what we were looking at. Things have actually stabilized for the most part. If you remember, we did this a couple of weeks ago, and things were kind of retracing some of their gains. A couple things are still doing that, but mostly things have kind of chilled back out again. You can see Evolving up there at the top, not much movement. Fusion Strike has kind of settled in to its lower $400 range. Lost Origins is still sitting a little over 300. Chilling Reign is actually still a little under 300. That lists the last sale at 240, but I double checked that. The box was beat to hell. One sold the day before for like 290, 300 that was in pretty good shape. So I think that was just a one-off based off of that one particular box being beat up. Surging Sparks is still sitting around 240, a very slight increase there. I'm very much keeping my eyes on whatever the reprint situation is going to be for that. If booster boxes of Surging hit and prices go way down, that would be really cool. I would love to get some more Surging. Right now I have a case and 2 loose boosters of Surging Sparks, and then 2 cases of Surging Pokemon Center ETBs. Brilliant Stars up a little bit into the mid 2s. Astral Radiance sitting a little bit above 2, ever so slightly up. Silver Tempest up ever so slightly. Paldea Evolved still sitting right around 200, down slightly. But you get the gist of it. Battle Styles is creeping up. One of the products that has seen decent movement up, not surprising, is Vivid Voltage. We'll flick back over to TCG Player for this. It hasn't kind of translated to eBay sales yet, but on TCG Player, she's flirting with $200. There's been a few sales in the 190s. We got a 199, 199, 193. A little segment here, 193. There's the 180s, and then back here is kind of before it sold out in the 160s, 170s. So just like clockwork, it sold out on Pokemon Center and then kind of immediately ran up to 200. To be 100% honest with you, I don't see this thing going much above 200 in the short to medium term. It's not that popular of a set. It's sold out. It got a little bit of FOMO bump, and now it's probably going to sit around 200 for a while. I could see Battle Styles getting a little bit more of a bump up, but we'll see. There's still, I think last I had heard, I think the stock checker had broke earlier this week, so the numbers have been a little light coming in. I think last I heard it was around like 8,000 boxes or 9,000 boxes or something like that. So you probably got about another week or two, but it's a little tricky to tell right now because that's busted. I did end up ordering a case of it. I don't remember if I mentioned that in a previous video or not, from Pokemon Center. And it does, so, your mileage is going to vary depending on your distro center. My case of Vivid and my case of Battle Styles from Pokemon Center, they cut one side of the case and slid the packing slip in. So the stop tape across the top is intact, and the stop tape on the opposite side of the box is intact. So it's not a sealed case. I would not sell it that way, but you might get a slight premium on it because people are going to be understanding of kind of like what went down there. Case premium, it really just kind of depends on the individual set. And probably the way that I would move these anyway over the long term is trickle out inventory. So even though I like sealed cases for storage, I would probably open them up and actually trickle the inventory out versus selling them all at once. Like if it spiked way up, like if these went to 250 in the short term, maybe I open it up and sell off a couple of them and then keep some more for longer, things like that. So, but I do like the cases for storage. But that is all I got for you boys and girls today. As always, curious for your thoughts and comments down below. What are you seeing out there in the wild with Prismatic Evolutions, as that still continues to be talk of the town? And then we got Journey Together. She's a coming. Catch you boys and girls on the next one. Peace.